Thanks everyone for coming. It was a little strange thinking about today and what our family was going to do. Dad wasn't really into funerals and services, so we didn't have the structure to provide the eulogies and hymns and all that sort of thing. So maybe it's just a gathering of family and friends to reflect on all of our lives and the things that we give and the stories that we make. I have a few photos of Dad here which fit him perfectly. So this is him, somewhere in Asia, at a resort, relaxing.
Is that the tide coming in?
The next one is of Dad at Sean and Oll's wedding. And you can see there, he's got a pen in his pocket. I don't know who carries a pen to a wedding, but my dad does. He was a champion of lists and notes. Having gone through a lot of his stuff lately, there were lists and notes everywhere. Every old diary had been falling out, every manila folder, every book. They range from jokes to observations in life, motivational quotes and university handy shopping lists, bread, milk and Didj wax. Dad always got wild with me for forgetting something or not doing what I said I would. I'd write it down and he'd say, "Where's your bloody list?" Later on, as I got older, I would ask him to do something or get something, and I'm surprised when he'd forgotten. Didn't you write it down? I would mock. All these years later, I know that he had written it all down, all of it. It was just that he couldn't see the lists through the notes. So today, because Dad did enjoy a good joke, as you mingle, I encourage you to share and laugh. Before I do go, I would like to share something that Dad used to say. He would often talk about life and how amazing it is and how much is out there. He looked remarkably young for his age, and I remember him always saying, "I'm going to live forever or die trying."
Hey, g'day folks, thanks for all coming. My dad, Alex the champ. Look around, what a legacy he's left behind. One of the hardest workers I've ever met. I can't believe he's gone. He worked so hard back in the day to put us through boarding school, and he took us on so many great holidays. Dad taught me so much. I learned so many good qualities off him over the years, and plenty of great jokes, mostly too dirty to share here. He had the gift of the gab, the old boy. Dad was such a great grandfather to my daughters Caprice and Eden. It's such a shame my youngest Ruby will have to grow up without him. I'm so glad he got to meet her on the last 3 trips though. Love you always, mate. I've also got a speech from my wife who couldn't make it today. Alex, sorry I couldn't be there today, but I know you're in my thoughts and I'm thinking of you and the family. I still remember the day I met you. I was so nervous you went down to like me, but you welcomed me instantly, and this honest friendship I'll forever be grateful for. You always said how it was, but also with care and love. I'm so grateful you got to meet Ruby, and she will miss sharing ice creams with you. I'll continue to show her pictures and tell her stories, and her big sisters who admire you dearly will make sure she knows where her puppy is. Rest easy, Alex. I hope they're serving you bacon and eggs every morning, and I'm sure you're smiling down on everyone right now as they celebrate your life and all your hard work in the gallery. Miss you. Thanks for coming, folks. Yeah, we're going to miss him. We're all going to miss him. He was a rugby champion. Cheers, folks.
Yeah, I just got mine on my phone.
to Alex and, I think, their friendship connected Alex McGovery and the artists here to Sydney it's really hard to, I think, express how far Alex's influence has gone, and I think over time that will just be felt more and more. So I'm a painter now, and that's also largely due to Alex and Petrena's encouragement, and Adrian asked if I'd read this out for him because they would have loved to have come but couldn't. So to put context to this, I'm sorry, but so Adrian Newstead is from the Cooey Gallery in Sydney, and that's Australia's oldest Aboriginal art gallery. And he's been involved with Didj and a lot of established art. What do you call it? I'm losing all my words. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at this. So I want to add my words to those of all the friends and admirers whose lives have been touched by Alex and his family. Anne and I first met Alex and Petrena in the early 1990s during our many travels to work with artists in Large Ananu, Beswick, and in the Katherine region. In time, their hospitality began to highlight during our travels through the top end, where we formed the Indigenous Art Trade Association to advance the rights of independent Aboriginal artists and their relationships with private dealers. Alex was amongst those who were the first to join. I personally had come to admire the way he developed great relationships with the artists he worked with. Alex and Petrena provided a comfortable, homely and supportive environment where artists felt safe, could produce good work and be treated in a fair and equitable way. Over the years, I travelled with a number of Australia's most important non-Indigenous artists whom I introduced to the Aristons, many of whom remember the generosity and hospitality extended to them during their memorable stay in Katherine. I know I speak for all of them when I extend my own deep sympathy to Petrena, Stephen and Luke, as well as all their families on Alex's passing. He will live on in my own memory as being one of the finest men I have had the good fortune to meet and call a friend through all my travels around this great country. With much love, Adrian and Anne Newstead. So that's Adrian's words, and I just thought I would add something too, because Steve and I, we met when I think I was 15 or 16, and it was similar to Amy's experience, because I remember thinking he wouldn't like me very much, but he was very, very warm, and then not long after that we announced our pregnancy and a marriage, and I remember him going and instead of all he did was go and get a bottle of Penfold Grange, and which I now know to be very expensive, and open that and just welcome me with warm arms into their family. And a testament to that is the fact that I'm here today with my extended family, just to show my love, and he's just been such a huge part of my life through all the trajectory of my life, and he'll be very, very missed and very well remembered and loved. So thank you for being here today.
So for those of you who don't know, we're Alex's granddaughters, and we're just going to all say a few words. So it's been over a month and it still doesn't really feel real that he's gone. I never really imagined what I guess life would look like without Poppy quietly working hard in the background. And even yesterday, as we were setting up, we said to each other how rude it is that he isn't here to help us prepare for today. I've never really known of anyone quite like Poppy. Somehow we found the perfect balance of giving everyone a chance, but never taking shit from anyone. A level-headed but hot-headed, fiery person at the same time. The best listener that I know, so wise and sensible, and always problem solving anything that comes our way. beat around the bush. It never treated me like I was a little kid, and always included me and took the time to explain things to me. The first to yell at me and tell me I'm a bloody idiot when I'm in trouble, but also the first one to lift me up and cheer me on. He taught me how to appreciate the finer things in life, buying me flowers and presents, telling me I look like a movie star, going out for nice meals and holidays together. Oh, and of course splurging on 10 sets of frying pans because they were buy one get one free and come with a free gift. You taught me how to work hard for what you want, that all you need is a strong work ethic, a smile on your face, and a rough plan, and things will work out. I like to think that you've instilled these values in me. I know I definitely have your temper, but what's a life worth living if you're not able to fiercely stand up for what you believe in? And of course, maybe I also inherited your love for the drink. The last time I saw you, you proudly told me that you hadn't had a drink for 2 weeks. As of last Thursday, because yesterday Barry and Marnie came over and you had a beer, and then the day before that you needed to have a wine and so on and so forth. You were always there. When I was born, when Eden was born, you looked after me while everyone went to the hospital, and you brought me to meet her in bike shorts, socks and sandals on a 30-degree day. So many holidays, time spent together as a family. My 21st birthday and graduation, and being able to spend moments with Ruby, you will always be reminded of her poppy. I imagine that you would always be here for all my big life events, my wedding, to meet my own children, but your legacy and the strong family unit that you created will always stick together. We'll always look after Granny. We'll always say your name and share the memories we have of you, and create new ones knowing that you're with us in some way. I'll miss waking up to you and Granny bickering in the kitchen, burnt bacon in the frying pan, and sitting at the table, cracking a joke as if nothing had ever happened. You were the perfect example of true love, loyalty and resilience, and I'll always admire the life you created and how you approached any obstacles that came your way. I don't know what we're going to do with all the crap that you've ordered over your lifetime. The last time I visited, I made a joke saying, "Can you please sort through this soon, because you know if you die I'm going to have to deal with it." And then you smugly replied, "Well, that won't be my problem, will it?" We always jokingly said that you'd never retire and you would just work until you dropped dead, which is a bit too ironic. Anyway, we find comfort knowing that you got to finish your dreams and you were able to go out instantly with dignity and free from pain. Anyone that knows you knows you would have hated the thought of anyone having to take care of you or not having independence. And whilst we're devastated to say goodbye, we'll find the strength to keep going, knowing that you've lived a life to be proud of and made a big difference in your corner of the world. We love you, Poppy.
The last time I spoke to Poppy, he gave me a walking FaceTime tour of his gallery. He was bursting with pride, and I could feel his happiness even through the phone. I've been trying to find peace in the knowledge that he got to see one of his biggest dreams come to fruition. However, I can't help but feel cheated, because I thought I had more time. And it hurts to know that I'll never be able to repay Poppy for the endless help he always provided me without question. However, I do know that he never would have allowed me to do that, and I also know that no amount of time with him would ever have been enough. In the chaos of our family, it was always Poppy who made me feel understood. He knew when to leave me on my own, when to drop a silly joke, and he knew that a perfectly tight squeeze in the arm could make all the difference. I will always admire Poppy's straightforward approach to life and his proclivity for honesty and wit. I'm so proud of the parts of him that I've inherited, both good and bad. Writing down every single thought that comes to mind, never throwing anything out, a ridiculous memory for stupid jokes, and a forgiving heart with room for everyone. I read that grief is the love that you never got to express. And I guess that's why I miss him so much. I wish I could tell him how much I appreciate his hard work and dedication to providing for his family. I wish we could have just one last chat, but I know we will one day, and until then, Poppy, we will keep telling you stories and keep laughing with you. I love you.
To lose someone you love so much is one of the hardest things to go through, but I'm so grateful to have had you in my life, Lord Bobby. I'll miss but always remember the abundance of napkins at dinner. We really do miss out on the napkins this year at Christmas. Your speedy driving, cheeky grin, chuckling, the hugs and talks we had. I'm so grateful for all the time I got to spend with you and everything you taught me. I'll always love you, my little Russian Bobby.
For Poppy that Chili wrote as well. A broken heart can never be sewn. There will always be holes and loose ends. However many times you patch those holes, they will always still be there. However tightly you tie those loose ends, they will always still be there.
We'll open up the floor for anyone else who wants to say a few words about Pop.
Hello everyone. My family and I live just up the road, and I've known Alex and his family for a few decades now. His lovely wife, Petrena. I had the great pleasure of playing sport with Arrow, Stephen. Alex was one of those real kind and gentle men, and my last vision of Alex was driving past here the weekend before his unfortunate passing, and he was standing back out there with hands on hips. And he was just standing back looking at the building and how proud he was. I could just see it. I didn't beat the horn because I didn't want to take it away from him. But I'm just so glad I got to know Alex for many years. And yeah, God bless you.
Hi, my name's Glenn. I'm from Tourism Top End, and our tourism industry has lost a great bloke. However, our tourism industry will be forever stronger with his legacy. Tourism is made up of people for people, and Alex was certainly one of those guys. I and my wife were privileged to spend the day with Alex and Petrena at the Tiwi Islands Grand Final last year, and it was a great day to spend with a wonderful couple. We weren't there just for the footy, but also the wandering around and looking at the different art galleries and hearing those insights that Alex had as to what those different galleries were and things that a normal person, a lay person, wouldn't get from that experience. Petrena, our tourism industry is going to be here for you. This legacy that Alex, this vision that he's had is great for Katherine, but will also be great for the whole of the top end of the Northern Territory. So many other people will have great lives in tourism in the future because of your hard work, Alex's hard work and vision. He'll be missed, but he'll still be very much a part of us.
been part of the family for 20-something years now, and back when Alex had the didgeridoo shop in town and then the gallery and then he always wanted to make this a family business, and I've been saying for the past few weeks that he finally got his dream because we actually wanted nothing to do with it. and this next year we're all going to come together and help Petrena get it to what Alex wanted it to be. And the funny thing is we've been actually in his foreign over the last month, and so many people have been, shocked because they're not part of our network, friends of the family, they're business associates. The printer guy rang the other day and he was so upset and said, he's not just a business person for me. We talked for half an hour and I rang him to say Merry Christmas, and him and many others have done that over the last few weeks, just wanting to catch up, see how his family's going, and it gives you a really beautiful insight to what kind of person he was, that he makes friends with everyone and they all miss him.
I don't know what Alex would have thought of this because he wasn't into this sort of thing, and but I think he'll be very, very happy to know that so many people feel so much of it. This was really the girl's idea, and I think even though he doesn't like these sort of things, he would want the girls to have what they wanted, and to show their love, and for everybody out there, just make sure that you do tell people that you do love, that you love them, because you just never know what's going to happen. I was going to say something. But going through, it's been just so wonderful. We always do get together anyway at Christmas time and go to as many things as we can that the girls are involved in. But having them up here and going through all the photos, and he has got a lot of stuff. Oh my God, he's got so many boxes of things, it's unbelievable. And all his little notes and his little jokes, and we always had a good time at Christmas, sort of telling all his jokes and wrapping them up and putting them in the bonbons. Yeah, and I just think that maybe we should all go home and maybe sit down and get out our photo album and enjoy, as he even said, isn't it a shame that Poppy wasn't here and we could have a laugh with him and go through all the photos and stuff. And make sure that you do reminisce, and I've been with you for 51 years. And I was surprised at all the things that we did do. And he was pretty good looking. The photos and just the times and the things that we did, it was just, I'm just saying, we did a lot of stuff and we're just devastated because he's not here anymore. We still can't believe it, but we did have lots of good times. We had some really good times, and Manuel and I were both devastated. And Manuel's just our family, they're all our family, and we said that we're going to keep. This is his dream, and we're going to keep it going. And when people pass away in the Aboriginal way, they usually come, and we've had it here a few times. They do the smoking, and even Manuel said we're not going to smoke Alex away because he's here, he's everywhere we go as an Emmanuel. We just sort of see him everywhere. We want him to stay here. And Manuel and I have sat down and that's like I say, you go back at all the things that you've been through and how we started this business. We had the shop in town, and then Manuel and Alex wanted to do the cultural experience because in town we had people coming in from everywhere saying, where can I go and learn about Aboriginal culture? And then Manuel wanted to start up again. He used to be at Maniala. So we, after the flood, we got this place and we started up, there's a little lean-to out there where we started up with Manuel, and it sort of got bigger and bigger. But we were reminiscing of the times of how do we get the buses to come in. And we had Trevor Chappell was one of the guys that worked for us. He went in and spoke to way out back, and people, bus drivers and said, I'll come in to see what we've got at Top Didj, and they came in and they liked it, so they would come in, they would bring their people in, because if you're not in the tourism industry, you don't sort of understand, to get into the buses that we've got AAT King coming in, it takes years because they book in advance and all that sort of stuff. So it's taken us a long time, and we had a donation, and we had this group come in and they absolutely loved it. They thought Manu was fabulous, and we opened up the donation box and there was 50 cents in there, and Manu was wild. He was so angry. And we said, this is not good, we can't keep going like this, and we all said that, so we started charging $5. And then, but it was just the way, just when we think of how we progressed and where we've come from, and now, you know, we've got all these buses, companies coming in, we've got schools small like Australia. Next year's going to be really big, I hope. Nobody does a lockdown again, because that did affect us for 2 years, and I think Alex had to work hard because we couldn't get that type of help that we needed in the yard, and so he was doing lots of things that I think a 77-year-old shouldn't do, but he was happy. So yeah, it was a bit of a hard couple of years, but I just want to say thank you everyone for coming, and we're all going to stay together and make sure this is a booming success the next however years we can keep going. Okay, thank you so much everybody.
Did anyone else want to say anything? And I'm sure that following this we can spend some time talking about memories and sharing jokes. To finish off, I just wanted to, when Poppy passed, I just found out that I got a new job, and I was a bit upset because I never got to tell him. And when I was leaving Katherine to come back to Victoria, I was going through his diary and I found this little quote which is on the back of the booklet, and that's just a little thing that he'd written, and we'll finish off with: your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, how you leave others feeling is your trademark. Make it count. Which is very